to be live.
Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them say yeah.
Pap Sports family. Mike here, CEO, Pap Sports, Beyond the Training. We have a special guest with us today. We had Natoya Goule. What's up, Goule?
Hi.
Hey, this
Hi,
is
Mike.
good. I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Trying to,
Yeah.
stay up, stay awake.
Yeah.
I'm still getting back used to the time zone in the US because I've been away for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to stay up and not fall asleep.
Totally understand. Totally get it. So, how was the experience in the World Championships? I mean, we're gonna dive into deeper. How was your experience overall?
Overall, it was good. I'm not gonna lie. You get to experience a different culture. The Japanese people are really nice. They're extremely nice, and it's that country is beautiful. Like Tokyo is very beautiful, and I would encourage everyone to visit. When you go there, you got to go to Shinjuku. I guess that's the shopping district where it's popular.
Gotcha.
Because every time you see persons here, oh, we're going Shinjuku.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was the food like?
Oh, in the village, like in the hotel we stayed, they didn't give us the Japanese food. We just get regular rice and salmon and chicken. We didn't get the real Japanese food. But if you're not staying, because even though it was a hotel, all the countries were staying at the same hotel, so they say it's the village. So if you were not like eating there, everybody else was enjoying the food but us, because we were not experiencing Japanese food. So when we do venture out and buy something, we get to experience the realness of Japanese food, which it was good.
Gotcha. Nice. What's the weather like over there this time of year?
Oh, I feel like I was in Jamaica. It was
okay. Gotcha.
It was hot. It was hot. Like not like when it's summer here in the US, not that hot, because it gives you a tropical vibes, because Japan is an island. It's just a big island, so you're not gonna get the type of like weather that you would get summer here, but it's still hot.
Gotcha.
And can be humid. It's not gonna be 100 and something degrees like here, or 80 and feel like 100 and something. Probably sometimes it does feel like that, but 80 something degrees.
Go. So we kind of jump into it. So when did we meet? Was it 2020?
2021, I think.
2021, okay. Because COVID was 2020. It might have been.
COVID was 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I think it was 2020.
Okay.
It was it was 2020, because you trained me for the 2021 Olympics.
That's right.
You did train me for 2020. So it was fall of 2020. I think around
that's
this
crazy.
time. It was
It's been 5 years. That's crazy. Yeah. It's been 5 years. 5 years.
That long?
I know it don't seem like it. It's been 5 years, man. That's crazy.
Oh my God. How did I deal with that? 5 years. Oh.
5 years. 5 years strong.
How did you deal with me for 5 years?
It's been a great journey, though. I love every moment of it.
I know.
I wouldn't do it all again. You know what I mean? It's been fun. It has been fun. When I sit back and I think about, man, it's been 5 years since you guys walked into that old facility, man, and we still run. Hey, I mean,
because we were in
Pottersville.
Out there easily.
In Pottersville,
yeah. Easily, and then you moved to Greenville area.
Yeah, that's crazy thinking about, because when y'all came, I think it was like 11 or 12 of y'all that came in, started training with me somewhere.
There's a couple of us,
Yeah, and I look at
but it was a bunch of us
watching everybody's journey. You still going. Danielle still going, then watching that group kind of move into, you know, after the track, you know what I mean? Looking at, you know, Lee, I think did she get married?
Lily getting married today.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. All right.
Lily.
Hey, Lee, if you watching this, man, hey, I hope you have a great wedding if you
I was
watching this.
supposed to be there, but you know, I just came back from Tokyo, so it would have been
Yeah.
a little hard for me. And she understood, you know, she
Yeah,
understood.
right.
She's
Right.
supposed to be married by now. It was from 11 o'clock, so
That's
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure reception probably going on right now.
Yeah, Kimo, he's coaching at, you know, Boston U. I've been in connect with him. You know what I mean? Like trying to get him,
Yes.
send some athletes that way, man. Just watching everybody's journey, man. These 5 years has been, you know what I mean? It's been crazy. It's been just good. It's been good.
Yes.
You know, had a
It's
small
good.
part of it. Yep.
I'm proud.
Yeah, that's right. So, Gul, let's get into you. Let's go in your early path. Like growing up in Jamaica, like, did you ever see yourself being an Olympian? Like, what was your thought process at a young age?
Honestly, I never seen myself being an Olympian, but when I watch the Olympics and see like other athletes out there, because when you're in Jamaica, when you are the age, you know, high schooler, you see sometimes running, you'll be like, when will I ever run that time? You know,
Right.
run sub 2 minutes. I'm like, I'm only running like 2:09, you know, then I keep
Right.
dropping to 5, to 3, you know, until I reach sub 2. And I'm like, when will I be able? So when I realized, when I dropped sub 2 for the first time, I'm like, okay, then I can make it to the Olympics, you know?
Right.
But I didn't see myself when I was in Jamaica, but I hoped. I was like, one day I want to.
Right.
I didn't see it in the time, but I was like, I will.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. So what was that journey like? Kind of tell everybody your journey from Jamaica, like, you know, your process into being an Olympian, like schools you attended, kind of give everybody, you know, that don't know Natoya Goule, you know, your path.
Okay, so I graduated high school in 2009. Then I left in 2010 to come to the US. In Jamaica, you have a thing called Boys and Girls Champs, which lasts for 7 years of your life in high school. So that is why I left 2010. And after that year, 2010, I migrated. Well, yeah, I would say migrated because I'm coming to school. So I
Right.
came to the US. I went to South Plains College in Texas. That was my first 2 years of college, and oh boy, that was rough. It was rough. You know, culture shock, and you know, certain things you're not used to. You know, like it was. I cried the first couple weeks when I
Yeah.
came. I cried. Me and my roommate was sitting, and we started crying. Both of us don't know why we are crying. It's afterwards we realize we're crying for the same thing, that we miss home and our family. And that time there was no WhatsApp. You
Yeah.
know, where you can call family. You know, if I'm supposed to call Jamaica, I have to put on credit on my phone. So there was no like, oh, I don't have that Wi-Fi phone that is
Right.
automatic where, hey, I can call whatever. You know,
Right.
luckily my cousin that lived in New York, he helped me out, you know, and gave me a phone that it was not so expensive each month, you know, and I'm grateful for that, you know, him and his wife, you know.
Right.
So, and then after that, I went to LSU. I know, yes, a lot of the Tiger Town here, they don't like
Right.
LSU, but I have to mention, you know, my school. I went there, you know, and that's where I met. Well, I met my coach before, but that's where he coached me for the first time at LSU, back in 2012 until 2013, and then he got a head coaching job here at Clemson. So he came to Clemson, and I came with him as well back in 2013, and I've been here since 2013.
Okay.
Wow, that's a long time. I've
Yeah.
been here since then.
That's
You know,
crazy. So that
and I
mean we
got my
came to
degree.
that mean
Yeah.
we came to the area pretty much around the same time then.
Oh, really?
I was here.
Oh my God.
I moved here in 2012.
Really?
Yep.
1 year
Yep.
before me.
Yeah, 1 year before
Wow.
me. Yeah.
Yes. And I got my degree here at
Okay.
Clemson, in communications.
Okay.
And, you know, I went straight to straight pro back in 2015 because I graduated in 2015. here, and it's been good. It's been good.
So, you mentioned going to junior college, then going to LSU, and then going to Clemson. Like, what was that transition like, going from the JUCO, then going to big major university like LSU, and then going to another big university like Clemson? Like, what was that transition like for you on the academic side and the athletic side?
Well, academic was always good throughout those colleges. It was not a big jump.
Okay.
I end up in a 2-year college because, like, in the Caribbean, you have to have math, English, and a science subject to be able to go straight to a D1. But I didn't do a science subject that was, that would have made me go straight to a D1, and that's why I end up at a junior college.
Gotcha.
And honestly, I don't regret going, because I think that mold me to be the woman that I am today. Because if I had went to LSU, I probably would have taken things for granted, because it was like everything is being, is getting done for you. Like, they set up, you have academic advisors, you get good scholarship money, you get, in D1s, that is all D1s, like all this stuff happen,
Right.
like you're there and things are being done for you. But while in junior college, it's not like that. Some junior college, you have to work. Luckily, I never had to work because I was on full scholarship, so I was able to, get everything. We get to eat on campus, and all those things. But the transition into going, because I got injured my sophomore year while I was in junior college. So I came out of high school in 203. I went 201 my first year in college as a freshman. And then all I ran was like 209 as a sophomore, and
Right.
because I got injured. So between May and June, I had transferred to LSU, and that was the Olympic year. So I didn't get to go Olympic in 2012 because of injuries. And between that month, I was training with Coach Elliott,
Okay.
my present coach now, and he basically was pushing me. So I jumped from running 209 to 203 or 204, I think,
Right.
in like a month or less than a month.
Wow.
After graduating from South Plains College, and from that time until, like, say a year after, which was June, I was able to dip under 2 minutes, running 159. Yeah.
Right.
Which was
Wow.
the school record before, Michaela break it.
Right.
Yeah, so it was academically, like, when I was at LSU, I didn't like what I wanted to study. I didn't get to study because I wanted to do theater, because I love
Okay.
theater.
Right.
I'm very animated. Like, you can actually know what you know that.
Oh, I know. Yes, yes,
Um,
I know.
so when I came to Clemson, I was able to do stuff because, like, I like, like how you're doing this podcast. That's something that I want to start. I want to one day have my own show. I want to do stuff in communication, in media. So I was able to do that when I transferred to Clemson. It was like a new beginning for me with everything. I don't know anyone.
Right.
Nobody, no one knows me except like coach and like a previous coach that was here. So it was like turning a new leaf. So I feel less pressured with everything. I was like, okay, it's a new beginning for me. So I'm gonna, like, make this brand new and start brand new.
Gotcha. So what lessons that on the track side that you learn competing on a collegiate level that you still hold on to this day as a pro?
Oh, discipline.
Okay.
You got to be disciplined, because if you're not disciplined, then you won't make it. And when I was in college, I would not say I was because you have discipline in different ways. And for me in college, I wasn't disciplined with the way I eat. I used to eat anything I want. And even with discipline with my runs as well. But track workout, I have that down par. Discipline. I started liking weights when I came to Clemson because I didn't want to lift weights at all,
Yeah.
which I kind of never had a choice with the weights. Actually, I don't think I had liked it. I think I started. I think it's when I went pro. I was like, okay, this year I'm gonna do everything that is on the paper.
Right, right, right.
Because I didn't. Yeah, I didn't lift. Oh, I was supposed to lift in college. I didn't. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Being a pro now, I was like, okay, if I'd done that before, I would be able to, accomplish other things. But discipline, I take that from being in college because I remember if I was disciplined enough when, in college, I
Right,
would have, been better. So
right.
I took that. I'm saying, listen, you have to be disciplined while you're pro. So you got to do what you have to do. So that was a big, big, big thing that I
Gotcha.
took, and also, like commitment, commit to what because I committed to Clemson
Right,
and to run and to make sure that I do my schoolwork.
right.
So whenever I go there on the track, I put out 100%. So I brought that with me in the pro level. Sometimes you go there, you put all out, but you don't get the result that you want. That doesn't mean that you did not put all out. So
Right, right.
I commitment that as well.
Gotcha. Let's talk about our journey together. Like our journey together in the strength and conditioning world. Like, how do you felt like that helped build your confidence and just help change your race? How did the last 5 years?
I think it changes a lot of stuff because I could feel the power. I was powerful, when I was competing, I could feel the power, especially in the last 100 meter of my race. I could feel how powerful I was,
Right,
and I think the way my body is, when I train, it have to be that it can't be too easy. Because if I do it too easy, then I'm not going to be able to perform to my full potential. So
right,
if I get a workout from you where, oh, I'm just doing this alone, then like in the background season, say I come to you and you give me a workout, like say to do power cleans,
right,
because my body is used to doing power cleans plus,
right.
or say bench press, say
Yeah,
do
yeah.
bench press plus pull-ups.
Right, right.
If you only give me bench press, then my body's gonna be like,
And
that's it.
it didn't feel like it did enough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and I'll stop you there, Gould. That's where that's when the chemistry of me and Gould can get like this sometimes. You know what I mean? Because like you're like I know what she wants, and I know what gets her going, whether it's mentally, physically. I know now in 5 years I understand it. But so y'all, if y'all don't know, like Gould's with me during the fall and then probably early part of the spring, and then she starts traveling. Then her workouts are put into our app, and she's done it on her own. We just kind of keep basis via text. But once she's gone, that's when me and Gould are like this all the
Yes.
time when she's gone, because she's like, I want more, I need more, and me knowing understanding the body, I like, we can't do more right now because you got this. But I love it. I wouldn't change the relationship for the world. You know what I mean? Because you keep me sharp. Whether you believe it or not, you keep me sharp. You know what I mean? So it's
That
all
is
good.
right.
Yeah, that's right. You keep me sharp. So it's all good. Um, in the world we live in today, social media, we feel like toxic training has gotten toxic. Like, what's your take on? You see people out here that don't really know what they're doing, you know what I mean? And you being an Olympian, you know what I mean? High level former collegiate athlete. Like, what's your take on what you see in the training world today?
Some persons, people train differently, and you have to know your athlete for them to perform, because when one thing works for someone, it doesn't work for the other person.
Right.
So, like, what I was saying with weights, when you give me to lift, people look at me, oh, you're so skinny, you blah blah blah, but you're here as proof. I squat 300 pounds. It could
Yeah.
be one rep, but I did it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
For sure.
While somebody that's bigger than me in body, looks stronger than me, they cannot squat 300 pounds.
Right. Right.
You know, but in this world of training, you know, there's a lot of people who thinks they know everything and think that they're always right. And then there's also persons who do not take advice. They do not listen because you have know-it-alls, you know. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
mentioned like me and you, like you will listen to me, but I have to listen to you as well. Like
Right.
that's
Right.
where we have to communicate with each other and say, okay,
Correct.
if this works, then blah blah blah. And the same
Right.
with my coach as well. Whenever we think, like if I say to coach, I think I need to do this before I run this. And
Right.
he don't just because he want to listen to me, but he do it for my mental,
Yes. Right.
you know. And that's what you had said to me too. If this is gonna make you mentally think that it will help, then okay.
Let's do it. Yep. Let's do it.
You understand? You know, because I am the one out there running.
That's
You are the
right.
coach, but I'm the one that will be feeling how I'm feeling when I'm running. And
Right.
and I feel like a lot of some of these coaches, especially dealing with high school, because you deal with high school athletes, like you deal with high school all the way to pro, so you
Right.
know the difference. While some persons they only deal with high school, or they just deal with, you know, little kids or so forth. And a lot of these coaches, and I see a lot of them online, even with my running and even with competition, I see some of them and I'm like, you all have no clue what you're talking about.
Right. 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 That's right.
Like
Yeah.
you
They
see
all.
somebody out there, they perform a certain way. It does not mean that they're not fit. It does not mean that, you know, their coach is not good. It could be they're going through injuries. They're coming from injuries. Like for me this year, I tell
Yep.
you, you remember I tell you, I was sick. January, I was sick. February, I was sick.
Yep.
March, I was sick. April, the
Yep.
sickness caused me to have injuries. Then May, you know, I get a little rest.
Right.
And then come June, I got hurt from June, and I'm still up till today
Yeah.
having some issue.
Right. Yeah.
That's why, like, my performance was not how it's supposed to be this year. That doesn't mean that I was not strong. That doesn't mean that I was not fit. But you have persons out there that feel like they know everything, and
Yeah.
to me, they're trolls.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they just talk and they don't know nothing. Even some of them, they're coaches, but they don't know nothing. And I think that they should go back to learning about coaching. Like, go take the USA track and field course.
Right. Right. That's
Yeah.
right. It's so funny. So it's easy transition. Let's talk about the World Championships. Like, what do you feel like happened? I know, but I want you to tell the world, like, what do you feel like happened to you where you didn't make it into those finals?
Well, when I run the eats, I felt so easy. That was like there was craziness going on in the eats, but I get out, navigated, and I was fine. But because I was still dealing with the nerve issue that I have, you know, there was some numbness on my legs, and I went and took an ice bath, which I think I should not have done that.
Yeah, probably not. I know
So
that
that
first
made
time
the
I heard about
nerves-
this, y'all. So, yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that one. Like, yeah,
The nerves get hangry after I did that. So
Yeah.
the whole night I didn't sleep properly. I probably get 5 hours of sleep, and it was in and out, in and out. I couldn't sleep on my side because it's not even the quad that was the problem. It was my piriformis and my glute area that was the problem. I couldn't sleep on it. So I think that when I was running, I think I used a lot of energy just trying to go, and I just could not turn over properly. Because for those who do not know about nerves, you cannot turn over properly when you have nerve issues in your hamstring or in the quads or all that. And that's what happened to me, and it's been happening for 2 years now. And that always affected me whenever it is the time for me to run fast.
Right.
You know?
What was your biggest takeaway from this past World Championships for yourself?
I would say that I need to start beating up myself for when I don't do things that is out of my control, that I don't do things that, you know, I cannot control.
Right.
and also that I am way better than I think I am. Because when I see those results, yes, the 801 and 154, but
Yeah.
practice shows me that I can run that.
That's right.
So this World Championships, tell me that you still got more in you.
Yeah.
You still
Yeah.
can go on. And, I keep on always bringing up my age, but these girls are like, a lot of them are way younger than I am. And I
Right.
still was able to like run and beat them,
Yeah.
So I take something out, what I took out of World Championship is that even though I was upset, I was sad that I didn't make it to the finals, I am like, you still got a lot more. In the moment, I was like, I'm giving up. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Right.
But,
Right.
you know, God keeps sending people to me saying, don't give up. You got a lot more in you. Don't give
Yeah.
up.
No,
You
you
know?
definitely got a lot more in the tank, Gould. I know that for a fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being 5 years now, you got a whole lot more. Yeah, a whole
and,
lot
and
more.
and for everything I went through this year,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still able
What
to
was your
do
what,
go
what was your
under 2
best?
minutes.
Yeah, what was your best this year dealing with
I
all that?
run 158.4, but as I said, I have one more race left, so let's see how it goes.
Okay.
I run 158.4, but I am way better than that. And
Yeah.
when I run that 158.4, it was in May. I don't normally run that fast in May.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
So I knew this year was going to be a bang. Like it was going to be good. But then
Right.
I got injured.
What adjustment will you make now from after your last race in a couple of weeks going into the next Olympics in LA? Like what's some adjustments that you're gonna make, on the track, off the track, here at PAP in the weight room, things that we gotta sit back down and kind of, like what's gonna be your adjustments, preparing for the next Olympics?
Well, I have not thought about that yet because I still have one more race. So in the off season, I will think about that. Right now,
Okay.
I'm not really thinking about Olympics because there's a World Championship before Olympics.
It
There's
is.
Commonwealth Games before
It is.
Olympics.
Right, it
So
is.
Olympics is not till 3 years. So my mind is not on Olympics right now. There's other big meets coming up that my mind is on
Right.
before that.
Where's the next World Championships?
In China, in
Oh,
Beijing.
okay.
Yeah.
Beijing. Okay.
And I've been
All right,
there. I ran there 2015. Yeah. And I visit there in 2008 Olympics. I was there, but not to run. So
okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Let's talk about the pro life and beyond. Your transition from the NCAA's to the pro. What was your biggest challenge? Transition from, going from college to pro.
in college, like I would win all the time because because like, oh, these girls, I can beat them at a second or two. In the pro life, everybody running just as fast as you are.
That's right.
So you got to get it together. It's not as easy as college. So that for a couple of years was a challenge because I went 2015 pro, after the season. So it started in 2016, and 2016 and 2017 was horrible for me. I was
Gotcha.
still running under 2 minutes, but it was just not good enough,
Yeah.
And
Right.
then that's when I started to change certain things in my life. I like the way how I eat, the way how I sleep. I start changing that, and boom, I ran 156 in 2018.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So,
so
you young athletes, you heard what she just said. What did you say, Gil? You changed what? What changed?
I
And
changed the way how I eat. I changed the way how I sleep because that was affecting my performance. Like I was able to like train properly. So when I get a lot of rest, when I get to eat properly, then that helps me to perform better.
yeah, take notes. So, Gul, you are a sponsored athlete by Adidas as a professional. So, what is? Oh, there you
I
go. Got the brand. Got the
DDD
brand. So,
number
tell us
one.
tell us that experience. What that's like. For people that understand being a sponsored athlete, kind of tell everybody what that's like.
Well, I've been with Adidas since 10 years. Oh, and I really like them. They make great products and their spikes. I love this, especially how they're making their spikes now. I love that. And you know, yes, they're really sweet, but you have to make sure that you go there and do what you're supposed to do, which it goes with anything. If you're not performing the way you're supposed to perform, then one day there's gonna be, the axe is gonna come. So hopefully my axe don't come yet.
Because guess what? Guess what it is? It's a job, right? If you don't
Yes.
perform in your job,
Listen,
you get X.
make sure my axe don't come unless Pop Sport gonna be, I'm gonna have to be running with Pop Sports.
We can work that out. We definitely work that out.
Yeah, but Adidas has been great, and I've said this before. Like, it would be feeling weird if I was supposed to be running for another company, because I've known Adidas since I was 13, because they sponsored my high school. So I've been wearing Adidas product from ever since I was a little girl. Before, nobody knew who Natoya Goule was.
Right.
So and that's why I stay loyal to them, and I know they stay loyal to me because I'm still here
Yeah.
wearing their products. So
Right.
and I'm hoping and praying that it will continue all the way up to whenever I decided to retire from track and field. This is my first year in a while since I've not performed the way I'm supposed to perform. So we'll see how it goes when that time comes.
That's funny you said that, because we're gonna transition now. Like, what are your plans once you're done? When you say spikes are done, I'm done with these spikes. I want to move on with my life. Like, what's your plans?
Oh, there's so many things that I would want to do. So I'm gonna, this time that I have now, I'm gonna start like looking into different things that I know that I'm good at and that will be able to pay me, to be able to have a good lifestyle, pay my bills and everything. But one of my dreams is to have my own gym, and that includes like also having a daycare and also a physiotherapist and those things. And as I mentioned earlier, I also want to have my own show, and I'm praying that it will come to pass
It will. It
as
will.
well. And my
Yeah.
husband always be like, "You're really good with tech, so probably you can venture into that as well." So I will see how that goes.
You mentioned your husband. A lot of people don't know because they don't see. He's always behind the scenes. I know, you know what I mean. But her husband is, former. He was a pro athlete. He was Olympian too, right? I mean,
Yes,
so
Olympian before I was an Olympian. The JUCO for Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah.
yeah. So it's genetic. Everything's there. You know what I mean. You got two Olympians in the household. I mean, you can't get no better than that. I mean, that's a brand itself right there. You can't. That's a brand.
Yep, and we need to brand ourselves. I need to
Yeah,
brand
that's right, for sure.
I
And
need to
we're
talk
working on
to
something, y'all. Just trust and believe that Goule and I, we got some things when she's done that we're gonna get to it,
yes.
But I'm going to announce it right now because I didn't get it done yesterday. But so we talking about transitioning. Goule's gonna be helping us out at Mountain View Prep this year, with the distance athletes, and based on her time, stuff like that. But Goule, kind of tell us what excites you about that. Like, what excites you coming on board with us this year at MVP?
Well, being an 800-meter athlete, also being a distance athlete. For those who don't know, I ran the 3000 in high school. I ran the 1500 in high school and also the 800. Did 4x4 as well. I ran a half marathon before. I did cross country. I did it all. 5Ks, road racing, 10Ks, and stuff like that. And, just knowing that I am going to be out of the sport in the future, just wanting to see like youngsters, even from my country, Jamaica, get into 800 running, get into 1500 or longer distance, because a lot of persons tend to shy away from it. And with my expertise, and also I like to motivate people. I think that's going to be on my stuff too, motivational speaker. I could do that as well. I think that I can help out, these youngsters to become a better version of themselves. Because sometimes you just need that person that understand and can even stoop to your level. because I'm really good with communicating with kids. You know, I know how to like get to their level whenever they're in their heads, because you know they can get in their heads at times. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just excited about being able to, you know, let them get some of the knowledge that I have, from my experience with track and field and my experience, you know, competing all over the world, you know, and to see, hey, we could have the next Olympian out of MVP. You know, we
Yeah.
never know.
You
For the
never know.
800, for the 1500, for any, you know, one of those events, you know, from
Yep.
sprint all the way up, because you are a great coach, and Coach Cam as well, you know,
Yeah.
so
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, people look at we're just trying to build a star-studded program, but we're trying to build a program that's going to help develop athletes
yes.
and get them to the highest level. That's the ultimate goal. You know what I mean? Put a group of a team of coaches on the same panel and say, hey, from the sprints to hurdles to jumps to the distance run to the throws, we're gonna make sure you develop it the right way. I mean, because it's me and Coach Cam understands is like track and field normally get high school coaches that don't really know anything about track and field. They're just like science teachers or they're math teachers. So they're like, hey, I get to get a coaching stipend to go just come here and test some kids to run. And go, you know, this track is way more than just going out and running. You know what I mean?
It's way
So
more than that.
yeah, and people think that. So the vision is to have the best staff the staff that's going to be able to develop the athletes. And we're excited. I will get it announced today at the school that you'll be there, but they'll see this as well. But it's gonna be great. You got some great kids that's really running well right now across country. Like we got Laura, man, she's a ninth grader and she went I think 20 minutes. Yeah, as a ninth grader, you know what I mean? So she
That's
got
great.
yeah, you know what I
That
mean?
is
So
great.
yeah, so you know what I mean? It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be very exciting this year. Um Let's see. What's some advice you'll give some young athletes that's chasing big dreams? Like, what was your advice? Say, hey, somebody will say, I want to go to Olympics. So, what's your advice to those athletes?
I would say keep dreaming. Do not give up on your dream, because you might see it impossible right now, because you're like, oh, I'm not able to run those times. But nothing is impossible, because if I did not push, if I did not want something, and work on, like, because I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy, especially being a distance runner.
Yeah,
The workouts that we get is not easy. But if I had given up like years ago, I would not, because I'm telling you, I wanted to give up back in 2017 when I realized, which felt a little bit similar to this year, when I wanted to do well and I would not see it. But then the following year, everything changes for me. And, so keep on pushing. And also, you have to ensure that, like, you have to give up certain things to be able to become great. Like, you might lose friends, you might lose, communication with a lot of persons, but if you want your dream to come to pass, like, you have to get rid of certain things in your life, get rid of certain people in your life to be able to follow that dream. So it's not easy, but just keep going, because guess what? The race is not for the swift, but for those who endure to the end, and the sky is the limit. So don't give up on the dream that you want, even if persons, because you will have persons that will come in your head and say, why are you trying to do that? You know you can't do it. No, don't listen to that person, because they are dream squashers.
yeah.
And if
And
you listen to them, then
people are like that are trying to put their fears on you or what they can't do.
yes.
You know what I mean? And, I'm a big thing. People say you can't do that. No, you can't do that. I know I
Yeah.
can. You know what I mean? Like so,
When you say
yeah,
you want to do something, they're like, I don't think you should do that.
yeah.
I got some of those in my life right now.
Oh yeah, we all do.
Not with just even track alone, with other
Right.
things. Like, if I say, oh, this is what I want to do, they're like, no, that won't work for you. This won't work for you, and all that. But I know if I put my mind to something, it will come to pass, because 155.96 didn't just come overnight like that.
That's right.
I said I wanted to run that, and in that year I did it.
Yeah.
Put in the work for it. So
And keyword you just said, putting in the work. A lot of people think it's just gonna happen by just talking and stuff to do it. You know what I mean? You
No.
can put in that work. Yeah.
Faith without work is dead.
So true.
So
So
if
true.
your faith that, oh, because God, you're gonna say, God is gonna make me be this. He said, faith without work is, listen, if
Yeah.
you don't, if you have faith and you don't put in the work, you won't accomplish what you want.
Yeah, man, that's good, Goule. Man, let's close up, man. Let's what's your favorite track to run on, Goule? Like when you say when you know you're going that track, like man, I can't wait to get there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love Monaco track.
Okay.
And believe it or not, apart from the environment, I actually like the track in Eugene. But I
Okay.
just don't like the environment. Like outside of the track, I don't like. But
Gotcha.
the track itself, I think that's a great track.
Okay.
You know, I also like Paris. The track in Paris. I'm not talking about Olympic track. I'm talking about
Yeah.
when we have diamond leagues and stuff
Right,
like that.
right,
You know,
right.
because all World Championship Olympic tracks, it's fast. I'm
Yeah.
talking about when there's not the Olympics or World Champs. You know,
Right. Right.
But anything have to do with Mondo,
Yeah. Right.
those track is like, yeah, I love them.
What's your go-to recovery routine? We like, you know, you're tired. You're like, hey, what's your go-to and during your recovery phase?
Oh, after like workouts or
Yeah.
races.
Yeah. After workouts, say workouts.
Oh, I'm big on getting massages. You know, if there's any niggling going on, I'm big on going to the physio. Listen, chiropractors, they take all my money because if I feel anything going on, I'm gonna call. Hey,
Right.
can I come? Can I this? Also, you know, I keep on always hydrating. Like I drink, you know, all the time, and also I take recovery, you know, supplements as well because that helps repair the body and sleep. Oh yes, I nap every day.
Yeah.
I'm not napping now because I'm trying to get back to the time zone. So, because I decided to nap not yesterday, the day before, and I didn't wake up until in the night. So, so yeah.
And one word, Goule, describe your track career in just one word.
Mm, there's so many words. Oh, oh, I'll say fantastic.
Yeah. And you know, that being said, Goule, like your fantastic attitude is always appreciated when you walk in the doors here at PAP. I mean, I can attest to that. Coach Rudy, everybody just love that energy that you bring. When you come in the door, you change the radios, what you want to listen to. I mean, you come in with no. I mean, it's good because you're like, I'm at home. I'm at home. You know what I mean? Like, and
I
everybody.
don't have to wait. I don't have to come to you. You just, hey, put whatever
Yeah,
you want.
yeah. I mean, it's great though. I mean, and I will say, over the last 5 years, man, it's been a pleasure working with you. You know, we never had any issues. You know what I mean? Like you always been straightforward, or like what you want, or you know, kind of what you expect, which I love. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we have times we done this, but that's part of the coach and the athlete. You know what I mean? Like, but we always figure out how to. We got to make this work. Even last year when I saw you at Clemson, I was like, man, Goule don't look the same. Something ain't right. You know what I mean? And I said it myself, but I was like, to me, I was like, well, maybe that's just me being who I am, a little cocky sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe it's just me. You know what I mean? But then I think Javon called me. Your husband, Javon, called. We had a conversation. Like, nah, Goule got to get back. You're doing things that get it to that high level. And so,
Yeah.
and the rest history. I mean,
But I can say the same about you too. Like I feel easy working with you because, like, when I first come into pop, when I couldn't wait till because I know your journey because we talked,
yeah, right,
from being at D1 and then you have pop. So when
right,
I first come to your place and I see
yeah.
them, like, I feel alive. It feels so. I just seen a lot of lights. Like you can see behind you now, just looking at it, like you feel free. And coming from like lifting in college when I now met you for the first time, it was different too because like if you're free and you can do whatever, not saying whatever, but
Yeah,
like
right.
that is right. And
But
you know,
I think the reason why to connect so good with you, all y'all because of my track background. I know what y'all need. You know what I mean? I don't have to play a guessing game. My track background and then understand the science of it. I know what it's gonna take. I know when you should be peaking at the right time. I know when I need to back off. I know, you know what I mean? And I think that helps a lot, you know what I mean? Having that track background. I think that everybody kind of bought in too, you know what I mean? And you know,
yeah. And
the
you
rest,
just don't take me on whenever I come act crazy. So
yeah.
that's good. That's I think I think that having a coach, having two coaches that just don't take me on whenever I want to be miserable is good.
Yeah,
You and Coach
yeah.
Elliott, I think you guys, you know, y'all don't take me on because that's just bull. She'll be alright. She gonna work anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's just that laid back mentality. Like some of my track athletes, the girls at MVP call me Mr. Nonchalant. Like they know when I mean business, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just
Yes.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but they know when it's time to work, they know it's time to go. What
Yes.
happened?
I'm like, I'm like, what happened?
Your camera turned off, Goule.
My camera turned off?
Yeah, you're gone.
Really?
Yep. Well, there you go. Oh, you was that. You was
Oh,
back.
here I
It's
am.
go, it's gone again.
Why am I not hearing you?
I know your camera's off.
I'm not hearing you, but I'm seeing you.
Okay.
You hear me?
Anyway, I can hear you. So we're gonna go ahead and end it,
I'm
Goule. I don't
not
know what
hearing
happened.
you.
Um,
I'm not
y'all,
hearing you.
Goule, we're having some trouble right now, but Goule, great having you on. It's been a pleasure working with you. And if y'all got any questions, go follow Natoya Goule on IG. She'll shoot her a DM. It's been a pleasure working with y'all, and we'll see you guys next time.
I'm not hearing you.
Training podcast.